Yeah, I think when you come as a student, life is different. When you come as a migrant, life is very different.
Very
And
different.
I think,
Yes.
and particularly when I was on scholarship, things were given to me. I had stream of money coming in, and life
Mm.
was not as hard. And when I came to when I migrated, I thought, oh, I'll get a job straight away. So I didn't have lots of money set aside. I had a very small amount of money put in my bank because, I did a lot of I traveled and donated a lot of money to like community groups as well. So I came in a very little money. I was lucky that I had some distant family in Sydney that I could go and live with. So I talked to
Hmm.
them. It was still a little bit of a challenge. They were very good and very nice and helpful, but they were also migrants and trying to make ends meet there. So
Their own.
I had to basically live in, I shared, a room with their children and,
Mm.
basically, and kind of like focused on where, I mean, this is a temporary accommodation and I'm going to go and find something. But I couldn't find that until I had money coming in and I could see my money going down. Like I only came with $3,000, believe it or not. And,
Mm.
the money was going down and I started getting really stressed out because even living somewhere is nice, but if it's not like you have got your own space. It's
Mm.
not that you can be yourself. You have to
Of
be
course.
someone else and you have to fit in
Yeah.
their routine and you have to be
Mm.
um so that was really difficult. And I knew that I couldn't socialize. I knew I couldn't do anything. I couldn't go out. I couldn't meet anyone because I have to make sure that money stretched enough to. And as I said, I was applying everywhere for jobs, and this job came in, like a private sector. It's basically a sort of it was a Bunnings equivalent organization that I put my job
Mm.
in, and I think I came to that level where I felt I could do anything now because it was just looking at the money. So, and the job came in there was, like the new shop opened and go and stack, stocks, in the shop. And I thought, like, hey, I need money. I'll go and do that. And as soon as I went there, I was very fortunate that the store manager there saw my resume and he said, do you want to work in the office? Like I've got this purchasing job as well. So I was very lucky
Mm.
that I only had half a day on the floor stacking the shelves. But I
Mm.
didn't have any shame by that time because when I first came in, like I think you have to get hit by a lot of things. And I knew that I couldn't go back. I couldn't socialize. I couldn't be with anyone. And I don't mean socialize and in like partying and stuff, but I couldn't go and even meet someone because I would have to spend train fare or, so
Mm.
I had to save every little bit and
Mm.
what I eat and how I eat. So I think coming from a sort of reasonable job where you were like that and taking a smaller job is, it hits your self-esteem as well. But when
Yeah.
you go through those challenges, there was nothing else I could do. So I had to go and do that. But I think one thing I had within me was this fire within me that kept telling me that one day I will make it. And
Mm.
so I knew that having that thing there is not going to be permanent. And I think a lot of people, and I know it's going back to the job thing, but a lot of people go into these factories or whatever else, and they sort of think that's where they can land now. They've started a job, and they lose that ability to keep searching or making going out of that. And I think I will also want to go like, no, keep going because you will get there.
Mm.
So I think my challenge was, it was sort of related to finance and who I knew or whatever. I didn't know anyone else.
Mm.
And going to Canberra wasn't a way as well because I knew there would be less jobs in there where I
Mm.
studied because it's very much, I think, like corporate sort of city.
Mm.
So I stayed in Sydney, and Sydney is expensive.
Oh, wow.
Um, yeah. And and
Mm.
I think I couldn't choose, so I just stayed there because that's where I knew someone who could give me some accommodation, and then from there, of course, like I think a couple of months later, I ended up getting one job, and that kept me going until the 11 months that I stayed there in Sydney.
What year are you talking about? What year you
This is
came back in?
99. Yeah, so it
99.
was 99. Yeah, it's a way
Wow.
back. Yeah,
Yes, yes, yes. Quite different things, right? Okay.
yeah.